The beggar who became a water seller. A person's greatness is determined by their thoughts. This timeless truth has been proven again and again by the lives of successful people like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, and Jeff Bezos. Napoleon Hill, in his famous book, Think and Grow Rich, once said, "What you think about, you become." But if that's true, why do so many people still struggle to succeed? Do they not think about their future? Or do they fail to see their own potential? Today's story will uncover the answers to these questions and teach you a powerful lesson. Along the way, we'll also learn new words to improve our English skills. Stay with us till the end. I promise this video will be worth your time. Once in a crowded bus terminal, there lived a beggar. Every day, he survived by asking travelers for small coins as they waited for their buses. One afternoon, while walking between parked buses, he noticed a well-dressed businessman buying a ticket at the counter. The man's neat suit, shiny shoes, and confident expression caught his attention. This man must be rich, the beggar thought. If I ask him for money, he'll surely give me a generous amount. With this hope, the beggar approached him and stretched out his hand. But instead of giving him money, the businessman looked at him and said, "Do you always just take from others? Have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar froze. He had never been asked such a question before. Confused, he replied, "Sir, I'm just a beggar. I survive by asking for alms. I have nothing to give." The businessman smiled calmly and said, "If you believe you have nothing to give, then you also have no right to ask for anything. I'm a businessman. I believe in exchange. If you can offer something, I'll give you something in return. But if you have nothing to give, I cannot give you anything either." Saying this, the businessman bought his ticket and walked away. The beggar stood there, stunned. The man's words echoed in his mind. "I've been begging for so long, but no one has ever said this to me before," he thought. He wasn't rude, but he spoke the truth. If I can't offer anything in return, then why should people give me anything? That night he couldn't sleep. The businessman's voice kept repeating in his head. 2 days passed. The beggar didn't ask anyone for money. He was too busy thinking. On the third day, while sitting under a shade at the bus station, he noticed a few passengers wiping sweat from their faces. The sun was scorching, and people looked tired and thirsty. Suddenly, an idea struck him. What if I offer them water? He thought. People are thirsty. If I give them something refreshing, maybe they'll be happy to give me something in return. Determined, he collected the few coins he had and bought a small bag of sachet water. He placed them neatly in a bucket with a little ice and stood by the terminal. When someone handed him a coin, he smiled and offered them a cold sachet of water in return. To his surprise, people accepted the water gladly. Some smiled and thanked him. A few even gave him more than he asked for. As the days passed, something amazing happened. More people started buying from him. He noticed that when his water was cold and clean, people gave generously. When it ran out, his earnings dropped. So it's true, he thought. People like to receive something in return. One afternoon, as he was handing out water, he saw the same businessman walking toward a bus. Excited, he rushed over and said, "Sir, today I have something to give you. If you give me money, I'll give you cold water in return." The businessman smiled, bought a bottle and said, "You have truly understood the value of exchange. Today, you are no longer just a beggar, you are a businessman." The bus honked and the man boarded, leaving the beggar standing there, his heart full of pride. That night, the beggar sat quietly, thinking, "Am I really a businessman now?" he wondered. Then he smiled to himself. "Yes, I am. People aren't giving me money out of pity anymore. They're paying for what I offer. I've turned begging into business." From that day, he stopped begging completely. 6 months later, at the same terminal, two smartly dressed men met. One looked familiar. "Do I know you?" asked the businessman. The other smiled and replied, "Yes, we've met twice before, right here." The businessman frowned for a moment, then his eyes widened. "Wait, you're the beggar, the one I refused to give money to, and later bought water from." The man laughed. Yes, that was me. But today, I'm no longer a beggar. I own a small water business now, and I'm traveling to open a new branch. The businessman was amazed. That's incredible. What changed? The former beggar smiled. You taught me one of life's greatest lessons. We only receive when we give. That day, I realized I was never just a beggar. I was a businessman all along. I just had to believe it. The two men shook hands, now as equals, and went their separate ways, each carrying a smile and a story to remember. Life is shaped by how we see ourselves. If you believe you are small, you will remain small. But if you recognize your inner potential, you can achieve greatness. So, don't limit yourself. See yourself as strong, capable, and successful. Because when your thoughts change, your future changes too. If you like this story, give it a thumbs up, comment below what you learned, and share it to inspire others. See you in the next story.